game on. It's game on. We are big on sports. Big on sports. Now, we are back.
Welcome back, and Game On gets to continue right here on Urban Television, where it is a lifestyle. Dzyre, Derekford, Mugumisa is my name, sitting in for Jonah Biakutaga. Thomas Muruka is the gentleman sitting in for Clive Chaze, who should be getting to give us a phone call a little bit later to give us updates coming in from the Dzyre Technical Center, where Uganda are taking on Burundi in the Sekafa Women's Championship. Now, in this segment, we're going to be having an interview. You might be wondering, what is this I'm holding? Is that a spoiled ball? No, it's not. It is an actual ball, like ball, sports ball. Yeah. And it has holes in it. It is for a sport that is called floorball, a new sport down here in Uganda. And it's one sport that is being pushed by one of the biggest sports hustlers I know in the industry. The first time, I think I've interviewed you on 2 sports already. This is our 3rd sport now. Yeah. One of those sports being VX. That is also still ongoing. It's not that it was thrown out.
It is.
All right, James Hasindihe, ladies and gentlemen. He is, what are you now? President of Uganda Floorball?
No, I'm a coach of floorball in Uganda.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is this a fully fledged sport in the country?
This is a fully registered sport with International Federation, which is International Floorball Federation. Okay. And it has submitted in its request to register with the Uganda, with the National
Council of Sports.
Yeah.
All right, so it's not yet a registered federation down here in Uganda. But the sports activities are ongoing.
Very, very much.
So what is the difference between, I'm going to go with everything, football, softball, handball, floorball. How does floorball get to be different from everything else?
One, the equipment you see is different from any other equipment that you...
I could say this is a hockey something.
You could say hockey, but it's not exact.
Okay.
Exact. This is the blade, and you say it's whole plastic. The ball you see is hollow and plastic and small. Okay. So this differentiates from other sporting disciplines and their equipment. 2 is the rink that we use. The appropriate field is called the rink, which is 20 by 40 meters. So that makes it different from other sporting disciplines.
What would that be?
The rules we use are different from other sporting disciplines.
All right, so floorball, I would imagine this ball rolls on the floor 24/7?
Please, yes.
Okay,
we
just like hockey?
We play this floorball in 3 sessions of 20 minutes. Okay. So an hour.
So 3/3, if we can call that, call it that. Okay. All right. In an hour. Those 3 are supposed to be in an hour. All right. Those are some of the pictures coming in from there. What is the difference between this and hockey, though? Because when I go to the hockey grounds in Lugogo, I see people doing something similar to this. They do have those kinds of goalposts. Well, the goalkeepers in there, if I can call them that, are standing. I see this one is kneeling. Is that the difference? Because in hockey they stand and in floorball they kneel. What is the difference?
As you see, the equipment itself is different, but even the rules are different. Even the goals that you said are actually smaller than the goals of hockey. Okay. Yeah. When you see the markings of the field itself, the rink, is different from the markings of hockey.
How many players play per side?
We play 6 aside with 1 goalkeeper. That means 1 goalkeeper and 5 field attackers. So that makes a team.
All right. For those of us that enjoy defense, no chance you're going to play.
You do. There's defense, there's attacking, there's midfield, and there's goalkeeping. So there are formulas that you use even in soccer, 2 by 2 or 1 by 1, 2, 3, like that. So even in floorball, it exists.
All right. Thomas, I know for a fact that James here is a close friend of yours. He's definitely benefited from knowing you.
But a lot.
Floorball. Yeah. Was it new when you first heard about it? Did you first hear about it from James?
Yeah, I think it was about something like about last year when you first came up with the whole concept, and you explained it to me. There was even a time the city, is it the KCC Carnival?
The KCC last year
there was a demonstration that was made along the streets as well. Okay. So for me, it's a whole new sport to me. It's the first time I'm actually hearing most of what he's saying. He's told me about the sport, but most of what I'm hearing is just basically new, like you've just heard from him. So not very much that I know from floorball.
All right.
Yeah.
From the sports that you have tried to promote down here in
Yes,
Uganda,
yes, please.
going back to VX,
Yeah.
you were talking about Uganda being the best in Africa, ranked
Yeah.
where we did have the best players in Africa or
Africa.
something like
Yeah,
that.
please, we do.
And I think that is still the case, at least as far as VX gets to go.
Yes, please.
Floorball, how are we faring so far?
Now, it being a new sport in Uganda, we've trained different clubs, and we've
We
traveled,
have clubs now?
We have clubs that are going to play a league to come 24th this month.
Okay.
Yeah. So the difference is that I've moved within the, well, different countries. I've been to Kenya, I've been to Europe, to UK, and the difference I see with Ugandan players are different from those that I've seen in other countries.
What is the
we
difference?
We get the quality. We learn easily. We are creative in sports than any other thing I've seen with Ugandans. So this gives me the push on to be here and then train more people in Uganda, because I know they have what they want to get, but how to get it is the only challenge. But we have talent here that I believe that I can train people, and this sport of floorball, come 2024, it's going to feature in Olympics. So it's up to we, the Uganda Floorball Association, to build a strong team that's going to reap gold in this sport of floorball.
Okay.
That is quite interesting.
Yeah.
Gold.
Gold.
That's how we're looking at it.
And we've just said it. Because just recently I was reading up something on baseball coming to Africa. I think that is in Senegal.
Yeah.
And we're supposed to be having baseball in the 2020...
2020 Tokyo.
Yeah, 2020 Tokyo. We're supposed to be having some baseball, and they're also targeting some medals down there. So if at all you're talking about floorball and it's a couple of years later, then maybe there is something. So how are you promoting this? Because many a time we've had sports get to go out to schools to try and build grassroots of sorts. Is that what you're doing?
Exactly. When you go to Rainbow International School, they already have floorball and it's rolling with them.
Okay.
Okay. When you go to other schools around Mandela College, they are getting with rollerball.
Okay.
You go to Belgrade, they are getting
floorball.
They're getting with floorball. So the thing is rolling with floorball. We are such a young federation, and we have concentrated with our efforts in Central. And then next year, we're going to be moving different areas of the country, promoting the sport of floorball. So we are into schools, universities. Yesterday, we have colleagues coming from Makerere and UCU. They really want a branch of this sport in their universities. So we are really set, and we're going to give it the whole we can to give it a good kick.
One thing that I know for sure is that in Uganda, for anything to go ahead to to succeed, we do need funding, and it's not even just for the newer sports. It is also for the bigger sports. I mean, we are having all sorts of scandals about Coach Mitchell's pay and stuff like that. And football is it's actually the national sport down here in Uganda. So for floorball and all these other sports that you are trying to promote down here in Uganda, what is the financial strategy for you?
Now, that's a good question. Now, we have the president of the Uganda Floorball Association, Mr. Robert Zimula, who stays in Sweden, is a resident in Sweden, and is the president that supports every activity that we are initiating in Uganda.
So it is privately sponsored at the moment?
Sponsored in this initial stage. But yes, it's growing big, and to come where we can't manage to support it by ourselves. And then that's when we will be looking for sponsors. But before we even go for sponsors, we have to promote the brand. We have to spread before the sponsor comes in. And this is exactly what we're doing now.
Okay. So for a man like James Hasindihe, you probably have to do a couple of other things to meet your day-to-day, expenses and all. Yet you are very committed to these various sports that you are pushing down here in Uganda. How do you pull this off?
Now, within my, you really mean how I live on my life, isn't it?
Yeah, true.
Okay, good. I'm not a person who spends much on my own life. Okay, I've given in all I can. I've given an opportunity cost. But I've foregone very many different things to make sure I target my dedication in promoting sporting in Uganda.
What is your target at the end of it all?
I want to make a legacy. When I die out there, I want people to remember that I gave them a go ahead. I gave them a life. I gave them something, an opportunity for them to develop. So that's what my.
So you're not hoping that this sport will be huge and you'll be in money, flying in money or floating in money, whatever you.
Sponsors and
If you target money, you may get money and you don't, and you fly out of the sport. But yes, if money comes or not, I still live my dream.
All right, very interesting stuff. Thomas, would you have a question for the gentleman?
Yeah, maybe before James leaves, like you said earlier on, it's you have to have a very big strategic plan of how to, promote and develop the sport in the country. For me, I don't want to see it more of like you, James. What strategies are you taking up to see that you get more coaches, in these
Definitely. That is a question that's tactical, and we love it. What we do is, whenever I go to different areas to promote the sport, I identify people who are capable of leading. So I pull them on my side. I coach them as I give them the authority, as I usher them how to coach. So when I'm not around, they are around.
All right.
And that's what we do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, interesting stuff. And we'll have to pray that this actually gets to count, because one thing is for sure, and of course you did get to raise that, many of the things that have been done in sport today in Uganda have been personalized. I keep going back to football because I think that is one sport that many of us get to understand. People will not remember who the president of FIFA was before Magogo. They will remember it was Mulindwa. It was Mulindwa this, Mulindwa that, it is Mulindwa's Cranes, it is Mulindwa's League, it is Mulindwa's this, Mulindwa's that. So if at all we are going to be looking at institutionalizing, did I just say right? Institutionalizing floorball and very many other sports, maybe that actually could be the future. But James, we wish you all the best. This is something
I would
new.
have to say to communicate to all the youth there that this is the sport that is interesting, sport for all the youth. If you need to be a person of your own future, if you need to be a good, please come to Floorball.
All right.
And then maybe before it goes, when are your training sessions? Where?
Okay, now we train
quickly.
every
How
day.
do I get?
Every day from 5
Okay.
at Nambole Outdoor Parking. Then every Sunday at Sheraton Kampala Club.
Okay.
Yeah, Sheraton Hotel.
All right.
Oh, sorry, Sheraton Hotel.
All right.
That's how we train from.
Okay.
Every Sunday.
Okay, and for more of those details, you can get to come down here to Urban Television or get to reach us through our social media pages, and we shall definitely get to you all the information that you do get to need. We're going to be taking a short break. When we get back, the Champions League did happen. The Europa League will be on tonight, and we talk about that and much more. Manchester United fans, it's your turn. Do stay tuned.
We'll be right back. Game on. It's game on. We are big on sports. Big on sports.